Hey.
Oh, I think Jay's gonna do. Okay. Hey, what's up, you guys?
Welcome to another episode of CEO Uncut. I'm your host, Ciroc Obama, aka CEO Obama, Creole Pass Game Deuce. And I can go like this today because my hand is fine now.
Period.
My hands are fine.
Period. Period. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Shirley Door underscore. I don't have I don't have a I can you know what? Tee. Let's do
There was
that.
a TikTok. And there was a TikTok that said, if I put H-E-H-E-H-E, it's not he, it's
What in the Halloween?
it's not he. So we have a guest today. Go ahead and add your
Yes.
guest.
So you guys, today's episode is going to be featuring our lovely guest from whenever awkward. Is she gonna come in?
Well, Jay, add her whenever. Okay,
All right.
I was about to start talking, rambling.
Ramble.
I didn't have any control over that. I was just waiting. I was
Yeah,
just
we
waiting.
know. We know who to blame. Hi. So, go ahead and tell the listeners who you are. What do you do? What makes you special?
What makes me special? Like everything. Like I just, I was born special. I came out the womb like busting. Anyways,
They should
but no,
have empowerment.
no, for real. I'm a podcaster, media personality in Canada. I've worked in media for the last 7 years. I also have my own agency, Slow and Steady, a podcast called Breakdown to Lowdown. I host a radio show over there also called The Spot. What else do I do? I dibble and dabble in music as well. I do a lot of things, but tonight I am yours for this conversation. So that's what I am today. And I'm, shout out to my Zoes.
Period.
Okay. That was a nice little rundown. I feel like you fit in. You fit into what we do here.
Oh, well, I would hope so.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna get into first our current events. So let's start with the Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj said that she doesn't want to take the vaccine because she doesn't know what is in it or something like that. And then she said, Asia, really? How are you gonna be quiet when you're frying chicken? She's literally frying chicken. Y'all hear it?
I do now.
Yeah.
She wilding. But yeah, so she said she doesn't want to take the vaccine or something like that. And then she said her cousin had to shut down his wedding because he took the vaccine and one of his testicles almost exploded, and now they had to cancel the wedding. 3 newsletter headlines said that Nicki Minaj said that the vaccine causes testicular or something. The CDC wrote a blog about it. They said Nicki Minaj said, don't anybody take the vaccine or this, that, and the other. A whole bunch of shit that she did not say. She just said that she does not want to take the vaccine. She didn't tell anybody don't take the vaccine. She just was like, I don't know about it because I feel like, like anybody else would. But because she's a celebrity, it got all the way to fucking England. Even the England prime minister was like, oh, I've never heard of her. But yeah, we should definitely be taking the vaccine. Da, 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 da. So everybody's coming at her. And then she got blocked on Twitter or something. She was in Twitter jail or some shit like that. Because they said that she's spreading false information. But she didn't spread any information at all. She just said some shit. So
yeah, she's just being Nicki. I mean,
also distracting you from her. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Distracting everybody from the fact that her husband just got acquitted.
All that stuff with her husband because he didn't sign in Los Angeles as a sex offender.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to make us forget about that.
Yeah, she's basically just trying to cover up the charges. He officially had to register as a sex offender, so now she's officially married to a sex offender. He's
Yeah,
guilty.
but that's the wrong way to do it though, because like that was a bad way to do it.
But she didn't make the headlines have that false information.
Nah, but it's a touchy subject right now. It's just like it's not the topic I would address if I was trying not to get canceled.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like it's a conversation that everybody's having. Everybody's like whether or not to get the vaccine, and that is a big discussion that's going on now. So y'all just trying to say that
you and I, y'all, us together. You haven't heard like celebrities, like top shelf celebrities, A-list celebrities come out with a stance one way or the other about the vaccine.
I have 10K now. I am officially a A-list celebrity.
Okay.
And I definitely I feel like us celebrities should definitely be having the conversation. And then she was like, okay, well, she didn't know about it or whatever, so they invited her to get some more information. And then she started asking, okay, guys, what questions would you want to know, because I obviously don't know, and they're gonna answer my questions. So if y'all think that I don't know, well, now I'm gonna go get educated. But then everybody started clowning her and stuff like that because I guess she was like, you know how people are when you're wrong. They're not gonna let you live it down. So I think people just be coming for Nicki for no reason, and I think everybody.
But she admitted to not. I feel like the public is so unforgiving. Like, she said something that is her personal belief. She did believe that. Nothing's gonna change that she believed that. You guys presented her with new information. She decided to expand her worldview. They say they're going to, I know that, what's his name? What's the white guy, the Secretary of State? I know that he does like influencer chats, right? So he'll hop on different influencer platforms and tell them the research, tell them things, and then they share it with their audience. So now she's about to get that influencer, whatever, a check-in, right? So she's gonna go get educated on it. She's gonna do more research. She's gonna learn more. But she's being penalized for trying to learn more about something that she clearly was miseducated on.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying. I understand what both of you guys are saying, and I pretty much agree. I just think that in the position that she's in, if you weren't fully educated about it, I would have, especially because she has so much influence, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why she would have got blocked off Twitter, because the way that they're doing it is if you have any strong opinion one way or the other, and you can't like back it up, or you're not a doctor, they're gonna hush your mouth. They're gonna silence that. So I feel like if she didn't have all the facts, which she discussed with us, and I know Nicki actually talks to her fans and to the people as a regular person. She uses her Twitter as I would use and she is absolutely, but it's just that to her she is, and she's using her Twitter normally. However, to the rest of the world, you're still Nicki Minaj, and you have influence, even though you are talking to maybe just a few fans that are responding. The amount of times this is going to get retweeted is going to be seen by millions of people. It's not just you and I.
What happened, Cheryl? You all right?
Chat.
What's that?
Girl, Karen just dropped her side of the court documents.
Well, we're not done with the Nicki part yet. Okay.
I know. It just dropped like 2 minutes ago. As we speak, I try to like keep up with everything so I can put out new information. It just like popped up on my TL like literally 47 seconds ago, and I was like, "Yikes!" She's shaking the table.
Yeah, but Nicki Minaj, yeah, it is gonna be seen by millions of people, but we can't, first of all, we can't take what celebrities say, especially that's not her field. So whatever she tweets is technically entertainment. Whatever she tweets is technically entertainment because her job is entertainment. She's a singer. So she's entertaining. She's not a doctor. So anybody who's listening or going to Nicki Minaj for facts is kind of like the parents that are trying to say, oh, like, the artist shouldn't be cursing and stuff like that. Kids listen to you. Like, that's not my fault. You came to me for things that I don't know. So I get that, but at the end of the day, she is a regular person, and just because she's a celebrity, her social media is to be social. So if she wanted to talk about something or whatever, even if she don't know, we spill fake facts all day, and I get that it's gonna be retweeted by millions, but I can post something stupid and they get reposted by millions by accident. I could go viral by accident. So
that's fine. It's just she could do what she wants. It's just she has to know that the repercussions for her wouldn't be the same as it was for me. People are gonna react differently. She can do what she wants. She can say what she wants. It is her social media. It's never gonna be the same as if Joe Blow from across the street tweeted.
Yeah, but I don't think it should have been that way. Like, it shouldn't have been blown out of proportion the way, because she didn't.
I agree with you for the headlines, for sure. That was way too much.
Yeah. But I've always said to myself that if celebrity status ever happened, I might not like it. I might just dumb myself down, because if I can't express myself without people coming for me, what's the point of having?
But people come for you. But people come for you now.
That's the thing. Imagine being a celebrity.
Imagine on a large scale, because like sometimes you can take the 3-4 people that are coming at you when you're arguing with them back and forth.
Because it be the same people that I don't argue with. They just be arguing with themselves. But imagine,
I've seen you go back and forth. It's quite hilarious.
Right? Like,
yourself well. You do.
Like, what do you guys want? It's always the same people, and I value people's opinion about my opinion, but you're not gonna have me going up and down the internet arguing about my opinion. My opinion stays true. It's an opinion.
I start muting them, and I'm about to start blocking them, to be completely honest, because they get on my nerves. The people that I be going back and forth with, it's the same people too.
It's the same. I just don't say anything. I just be like, I started saying I respect your opinion, because clearly you don't like mine. So what's me responding to you gonna do? You gonna still, after the last time I had an argument with I didn't have an argument with a person. He said something and then he told me I need to take it down. I told him respectfully, don't tell me what to do on my side of the internet. And he felt some type of way. And I was like, you're allowed to feel some type of way. I'm gonna still do what I want. And I choose on my Twitter to post what I want.
Period.
Yeah.
Listen. Period. And you're better than me because I don't respect their opinions. Like, get the fuck off my page. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to follow me.
That's true. He just followed me. That's true. He had just followed me. He followed me literally 6 hours before he went amiss. I was just like,
thing that makes me mad the most is my page is not private. So you didn't have to follow me.
Not one bit. You could have done. You could have
went on there without it.
You could.
That's the reason why I leave mine on private or non, whatever the word is, for that. That's so y'all lurkers can lurk. It's for you. It's like you don't have to come, in my DMs acting crazy. Because on the show, people will do it all the time when people write in. But the difference with those people is I don't know them. Like, if it's somebody I know that's coming for me, like I had situations with different radio hosts or whatever. Like initially when I had started, and people were like, oh, like this style is a little similar to this. And there was this one, can I cuss?
Yeah.
There was this one punk ass nigga that he was just like, he was tripping. Like, he convinced himself that he invented a radio format that I was biting for sure. I'm like, yo, like everybody does their show like this. Like, it has nothing to do with you. No one is looking at you. I wasn't even thinking about this. He made like 15 posts, and I'm like, at one point, I was like, you're talking to yourself. You're communicating with yourself, because I'm not.
Relax.
Yeah.
People need to relax.
I don't feed into stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm different. Usually, I'll go back and forth for a second, and then I'm gonna leave you on red, because then I'm gonna get fucking annoyed. Because I don't get mad. And once I start seeing that I'm annoyed, I'm like, I have control over this space right here, and I'm about to ignore your ass. So now I put them in, I like, they're restricted, so I can't even see their stuff. But I was like, now I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, I should just block them. Like, they getting on my nerves. So I might block them. Thank you for that
Mhm.
insight, guys. So second current event. So apparently Karen Civil and Jessie Woo. Shirley, would you like to explain what's that? Because I was still reading the
And what is
paragraph.
the breakdown on that? Because I've seen some, but I don't really know the extent of that situation.
Sure.
So I've been watching. This is a developing story. So
you heard it here first.
In progress.
So I have what the fuck now? Haitians are trending. Okay, so I woke up this morning to see Miss Jessica Wu, Jessica Fire, Jessica, what's her last name? Just posting a video. She posted a video on Instagram of her talking about the Clinton presidency, and there's a picture of Karen Civil with Hillary Clinton. So in the past, Jessie, and Karen were close friends, like booty partners. Out of nowhere, booty partners disappear. Whatever. So after she posted that video, Karen responds on Twitter saying, "We're gonna go live about this at 1:30, whatever." And things kind of like way off. No one's talking, and then Karen finally goes live like a Haitian 2 hours later. And she goes live 2 hours later, and she basically starts talking about how, there was a discussion about Karen stealing their podcast name, because she had a podcast with these two girls, and I guess her and the two girls, Jessie and the two girls, fell off. So her podcast co-host is on Karen Civil's live talking about the situation. So I'm like, okay, now Jessie, it's always you. It's always you. People always hate you. Always. There's always somebody not liking Jessie. She's always losing friends.
I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of times when people are opinionated and they don't sit quietly, a lot of people just don't like them. But it might not be them. Sometimes it's not them. I don't like Jessie Woo like that, but I'm just saying it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on your opinion there, because a lot of people come out, and she's not my favorite person either. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and bash the girl like I've seen certain people do. I think there's something about a powerful woman who asserts herself, that scares people.
I can feel the pain, because like a lot of the times I've never been in social media jail, because obviously what I say is very politically correct, but in my own opinion. But a lot of the times, like I remember being on a spaces on Twitter, and in the space, the guy was like, "Who is that?" And the girl was like, "Oh, that's Shirley, the owner of this and this and this and that." And he's like, "Is that the one that the boys always arguing with on Twitter?" And then she was like, "I guess, if that's what you know her for." And then he goes, "Shirley, I don't like you, and I don't like the way that you be talking about Haiti on social media. Not about Haiti, but he said, I don't like your opinions, but I will respect the fact that you never argue with people. You don't cuss nobody out. You keep things very classy. So I will say I respect you for that." Right. So coming from someone who doesn't even have any like clout, because I'm so opinionated and I don't err on the safe side on Twitter, I always get like fire thrown my way. Like, I'm not talking about sex. I literally talk about what happens and give you my opinion, and people hate that shit. So she's obviously not social media's favorite person. Doesn't matter where she is, the neighborhood talk, the shade room, all these other like gossip oriented platforms don't really fuck with Jessie like that. And they will always err on putting her out versus putting the truth out. So Karen decides to have this Instagram live where she's talking about, "I'm all about Haitian women empowerment. Me and Jessie Woo are good. We had a private conversation. We're good now. My podcast is not a baby of her podcast. It was literally just a name that we came up with, and that's it. It's not the same. We don't talk about the same stuff. Although we're both in media, we're not talking about the same stuff, blah, blah, blah." So she's trying to be the bigger person in the conversation. Jessie Woo, on the other hand,
I hate a bigger person. I ain't gonna lie to you, but go ahead.
Jessie Woo,
I hate a bigger person.
Scorpio.
I hate the bigger person.
Jessie, the bigger Scorpio that she is, She go on social media and she posts the first post, which she deleted because I knew she was gonna delete it, so I screenshot it real quick. She said, "Bitches losing court. They want to hop on live talking about Haitian women empowerment." See, bon, screenshot parce que I know her PR. Tell her to delete it. I know her PR is gonna say delete that. Bitches, who you call? You calling Karen Civil a bitch?
Oh boy.
Okay. So Karen. So then after that, she decides to be on the
And
nicest.
she called her a loser. Called her
loser. So then she posts the court documents that said that Karen Civil lost in court. And Karen
was it regarding the podcast?
No, it's in regards to in the comment section, Jessie said that Karen Civil fake booked her with a non-existent company to gain personal information from Jessie and to hit Jessie with an extortion case for $3 million. So basically, it sounds like someone booked Jessie. Jessie went on that show, talked mad shit about Karen, but it was Karen covering up, pretending to be a company.
Okay.
So then she says that Karen had it recorded to pass the video around the industry so that she can embarrass and intimidate Jessie. So they went to court for it, and the court sided with Jessie. And now Karen owes Jessie court fees. She don't owe her $3 million. She making it seem like she owe her $3 million. She just owe her court fees and any money she lost from having to do the case. So then while you guys are talking, like my Twitter notifications, I have like specific words turned on so I can see it. Karen hits her with a countersuit, basically. And she says she submits a slap motion, which was already submitted. So Jessie's, in the screenshot of Jessie's documentation has said like 7:00 in the morning, and then Karen's said 9:30. So that means right after Jessie had said that she won, she didn't realize I don't know if she didn't realize or she just didn't think that Karen was going to come back with the opposition. Karen goes and says, "Now hush, and I'll see you on November 11th." So,
but I thought she said she was cool with her, and they had a conversation on the live at 4.
Exactly.
So that's why I don't like a bigger person.
So I was like, "You said that you guys are cool, right?" So I guess she didn't think that Jessie was going to come up and pull up like, "No, we ain't cool, bitch." But trying to keep it cordial. We good now. We cool. We chilling. And then,
oh God, this is so petty.
So the internet is out here talking about,
and that's why I like when things go public. Everybody keeps talking about something. Oh, keep it private, or whatever. But if you kept it private, she probably would have been like saying, that's "Yeah, true. we're cool," but they weren't really cool like that.
Right.
That is ridiculous. So Karen is countersuing.
She said she hit her with a slap motion, which is appealing the denial of her motion. So
usually isn't that just done to kind of delay things?
I think she was that's just pushing your court date back, in my opinion.
I don't know about court, but damn. So wait. Okay,
it
so
might
Karen
turn into a defamation case because she publicly put the information out. So I feel like she put the slap notice because Jessie was defaming her, which is what she's doing right now. And so
what is defaming? Like posting facts is defaming?
I don't think she was posting facts though. Because if you put in the comments, you called her a loser. Already, you're fucking.
Oh, that's an opinion.
So that's slander.
Opinion.
She's trying to damage the reputation of Karen publicly.
Technically, Karen lost the lawsuit,
but she didn't go on social media. She didn't go on social media telling
and expose herself.
Being
Yeah.
rude to Jessie and saying Jessie, she could have been like Shakari. You know how Shakari get mad and she talk mad shit. She could have been like Shakari, which would be defamation. But instead, I honestly, Karen didn't say nothing. Jessie started a fire by she could have chose anything to talk about Hillary Clinton. Why you choose a picture of Hillary Clinton and Karen, knowing you and Karen have a court? You literally this morning you had court with her this morning. It's
unnecessary.
But this post that said bitches losing court, talking about whatever. This one don't got no picture, ain't got no names.
No. She said she literally put Karen Civil in the caption.
Not this one. The next one.
What you talking about?
The second one that said post.
So she did 2?
She did 3.
I'm sure she posting all day.
The first one was a video of her talking about how the Clintons.
She put hashtag all Karens ain't white.
Right. And she literally put a picture that says October 2015, Hillary Clinton and Karen Civil.
Yikes.
Hey man, listen.
Listen, I fucks with it. I fucks with I side with Jessie Wu here. Thank you for putting it out in public. I usually I would be on the side of Karen Civil, but I feel like there's a lot of people who just don't want to side with you because you be loud, and I'm a loud person, and I'm sticking beside her.
I'm gonna stick beside her.
I'm sticking beside her and Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj posted something too, and I had posted it on my Instagram. It was saying it said something about you y'all something about Malcolm X, like everybody's always like backing up Malcolm X for being outspoken, but if he was alive today, y'all would have told him to keep it private or something like that. Like y'all always cowards to talk. Like y'all always cowards to voice your opinions and stuff like that. But y'all really don't be like backing up the people who actually be loud and stand for what they stand for, and they're not about to tolerate nothing. Every time somebody like talks about their opinion or their experience or something like that, especially in the Haitian community, they be like, yo, keep that in private. Yo, when I saw Jay Style coming for somebody, I was excited. I was like, yes, he came for somebody on Facebook, and everybody's like, no, keep it to yourself. Talk to him in private. Just DM that person. Nah, you think that I ain't already trying to DM this person? This person disrespecting the fuck out of me. I'm coming for your ass in public. I'm letting you know. Find me, because if I find your ass, you getting it.
Right.
So
I think I don't know if it had to go public. I think once it becomes something that's in the court, it didn't need to be. But
well, technically, it's in public if it was in court. Unless it was like an NDA or something like that.
I mean, like if you signed, obviously, if you have people researching it, it's wild.
I think it's a time and a place. I think there's a time for, as you said, for something to be made public, and there's times where you don't need to take that shit public. And I think that this was one of those times where it just ended up making her look worse than she needs to look.
I feel like it's her social media. That's what she decided, because when you about to post something, your status says what's on your mind. If that was on your mind and you feel like that's what you want to bring up and that's what you want to talk about today, it is your platform and it is your right to post whatever the hell you felt like was bothering you that day. Whether it's bothering you, whether it's not, whatever you want to post on your page, you should be able to post on your page, because that's what you want to talk about. That's what you got on your mind, and that's what you want to express. Then do you.
But I mean, and everything you're saying is correct, but it's like I said before, like that's her right to post that, but it's also Karen's right to file, a defamation suit, like if that's what she wants to do.
Right.
She can. Speaking of defamation, whoever cleaned up this rumor, I heard it for a split quick
5 seconds. I think it was like 5 seconds, my nigga.
I couldn't even find it. I Googled it, could not find the tweet or nothing. Like,
what was that?
I wonder how much money they got. So there was a rumor that Russell, what's his last name?
Russell Wilson.
What? Wilson. Because I keep saying Westbrook for some reason.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of Russells. I was like, it could go anywhere.
It could have been Russell Simmons. It could have been any Russell. But they said that he had a child with somebody. Like there's a rumor that he had a baby with somebody. Oh no. And I saw, first of all, I saw it from niggas because you know niggas is ready to get
they are ready
him out the paint.
Right? They're waiting.
Yo, what you call it? Future Hive was ready.
Well, they were ready.
Future Hive was ready. So
they're ready. They're still not ready for him and for Stephen Curry. They're just like they're waiting.
Yo, they said they got who did they say they got out the paint? They posted somebody and they got that nigga out of the paint. And then they said they crossed out they said just because of the rumors, they crossing out Russell Wilson. And they said they waiting for the last nigga, and the boss of the stage is Papoose.
Pop is gonna be hard to get out of here. I mean, he waited 8 years. You also got, you got Obama, which he's like one of the standards. Black men don't cheat.
Yo, they said they tried to get.
The day we found out Sir Barack Obama done cheated on Michelle. I've always been the niggas ain't shit crew, never left, but I'm gonna be like this every day to chat. Niggas ain't shit.
Up in your crib.
You should have paid my rent.
Yo, they trying to get Pap out of here, bro. Yo. They ain't gonna get Pap out of here. Look.
But yeah, what did they say about Russell? They say he had a baby.
Oh, they said he had a baby. They said he had a baby. He's rumored to have some girl pregnant, and then it disappeared as quickly as it came.
That's some FBI shit.
Yeah.
So what happened was somebody else on the team was caught cheating and had a baby by somebody else, and then some girl decided to say that she too had a thing with Russell and cheated and had a baby with Russell. So part of the story is apparently that he was just caught in the backfire of Richard Sherman's scandal. And so that put him in the scandal. So, yeah.
What is that, Selena Powell? What the fuck is going on?
So the Instagram model, it's an Instagram model.
Oh, it's an Instagram model.
Rena Westberg for being Sherman's side chick and getting pregnant by him. So she gets pregnant by his teammate.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I know this name. That's a football player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she claims that her best friend fucked Russell and is pregnant by him.
Y'all believe that?
Nope. Because that shit disappeared so quick. That shit disappeared so fucking quick. As soon as
they got money to make it disappear, but I just don't believe it.
As soon as I saw Future Hive going ham, it got quiet.
But here's the tweet. So the tweet is from this girl named Damn It Man, and her name is Daddy Lucci, whatever. So she says, y'all out here fucking with married men, thinking that shit cute. Sure, you owe no loyalty, but you two broads should have some morals. Y'all wanted a bag. Didn't Brittany Renner tell y'all to get a single athlete? She didn't mean a married one. I see you, Rena Westberg, tags her. And then that's one tweet. The second tweet, she says, hey, Rena Westberg, you care to tell us what married man you were sleeping with to get pregnant? And then the subtweet says, you're posting all this religious leadership quotes. This is unforgivable. God don't like ugly. Remember what happened to the harlots mentioned in the Bible. So.
Yeah, but what you call it? The Bible. I don't like when people like start talking about the Bible because the Bible don't make no sense because what happened to the man? No. Who was cheating? Why is it always, the women are tempting the men, all this other nonsense? Like, y'all never have the same energy, but y'all had the same energy for the only reason y'all had energy because I still haven't even heard about the first cheater. The only reason y'all was going ham is because it was Russell Wilson. Because he's giving women hope. And y'all don't want women to have
That
hope.
is so true. Speak on it.
Y'all don't want women to have hope. And now y'all trying to come for papoose and shit like that. Like,
Bars.
y'all are wild.
Bars. Like, let me tell. I remember my ex. He used to hate Steph Curry, and I was just like, why do you hate this man? Why? He's like, he's too perfect. He like loves his wife, loves his children, plays basketball, no tattoos. What? That doesn't make any sense. You
right.
He's setting the bar too high.
That's hater behavior. That's hate.
Damn, a whole hater behavior.
That's hater
behavior.
It's why you hate somebody because they too perfect.
Like,
why y'all hate people because they happy?
They just and then they love Future. It's like, yes, disrespect women, love it.
Oh, Future Hive, yo, they in the Hive.
Yeah.
This shit don't make no sense. And then it brought up Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's situation.
Oh,
when he had the baby on a break
baby, infamous.
I don't know what's wrong with that though. Like, we're not together.
But were they? But the thing is, were they on a break?
A break means that you're together.
No, a break means you're broken up.
Then
you can't take a break from a relationship to go fuck other people. That's not no.
If it's a break, they still together. If they say yo, let's take a
what are the conditions of the break? Because that's what people like. Because y'all,
if you're playing basketball and you play timeout, you can't go home and go take a nap.
You can't time out your relationship.
The game, that's a good point. The game is still going on. However, whatever you do in the timeout, like if you take a few shots during,
you can't be penalized for fucking someone when you were the intentions of the break is to not be with each other. So
I don't get the concept of a break, so I can't even really
listen.
Because if we gonna break up, because I don't get that.
Well, yeah, me too. I'm never going on a break. If you love me enough to let me go, I'm never coming back. We had that discussion on one of these podcasts. I'm not ever going on a break ever. But if you're on a break, if we say, yo, let's take some time apart and we'll come back, y'all technically still kind of tied together. It's not like y'all broken up.
Y'all still mess like there's something you wouldn't get another woman pregnant.
But
it's another situation.
But what if you're in that break and you find the love of your life? So
then you tell that nigga, hey, you remember we having that break? It's permanent now.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
We're just gonna add the up.
It's permanent now.
Like, you thought I was saying break? I meant break up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for not clarifying.
That was a breakdown of communication, but we broken up.
I would like to cancel this subscription.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No automatic.
Like you postponing your payment. You postponing the payment, but then you're like, you know what? I ain't paying this shit at all.
No, that's when you like.
So they kind of still together, and then on top of that, I don't think they were on a break for. I feel like that's like an excuse. They probably were in a fight. Cause they too grown to be on break. Break is shit that you do in high school, college. You don't do breaks.
I never believed the break. I think they had a fight, and she was like, "Get the fuck out!" And he went and impregnated some young lady, and the excuse was,
"That's what happened."
A break.
I don't believe it was a break. What you call it? The whole time, like she's done a lot of interviews on stuff like that. They never said that, oh yeah, we had the conversation and we decided to have she just be like, oh yeah, we were on a break. Yeah, but how did the break happen, ma'am? Like, what does that even mean? So that, and then people keep saying that they're a power couple, and I keep trying to tell people, stop making other people's couples your goals, because that shit don't make no sense.
It's not giving what it's supposed to give.
Tiana Taylor and her husband is goals.
They goals?
They're not goals. I don't want to be them. I just admire their relationship. Maybe that's why
you can do that. But as long as you know in the back of your mind, one day they might disappoint you.
You admire what you see.
No, I admire what I see, but Iman definitely cheated on Sierra. I mean, not Sierra. Iman definitely cheated on Tiana. Like they did. if you watch one of their interviews, he said something about he put her through hell, and he put her
on
through
purpose to see if she was worth it.
on purpose to see if she was worth it. I had to say it, but he put her through hell and back, and she stuck by his side or something. I'm gonna find an interview and I'm gonna like record a snippet. But that was definitely a plug to I done fucked up in this relationship and she still took me back.
Yeah, I mean, it's strong possibility it could be cheating. It could be something else, but probably cheating.
And they definitely fucking women together. Tiana's she has to be fucking women with him. It just doesn't make sense. They have to. I
remember him talking about how, I guess, maybe he's over that now, but how uncomfortable threesomes made him on the Breakfast Club and how he wasn't really here for it. And I was like,
Yeah, because he did get mad. There was once, I don't know how I caught this comment, but Tiana posted a picture of her with her face in another woman's face. And she posted something where she was like, oh, I like it like that or something. And Iman's in a comment like, hey, yo, chill. And I was like, what do you mean chill, my nigga? Like,
relax.
I've actually talked to men who don't like love threesomes. It's not a thing that they all like go crazy for. They just some of them are like, it's hard to give attention to both of y'all. I'm like, well, give the attention to me.
And Tiana seems like she's the one who needs to split her attention.
Yeah, probably.
Oh Jesus!
I don't remember what the topic was. That's crazy.
We didn't get to the topic yet.
Oh, yeah, we were still on current events. So now we're going to the topic. Now we'll go to the topic. So this month is Suicide Prevention Month. Suicide Prevention Month. So I wanted to have a conversation about basically like suicide. So look, Shirley always writes stuff like a book. It's a full sentence. I'd have just put like bullet points. So suicide is
so essay like, but go ahead.
Yeah, you got full sentences in here, bro. Like you see what I be putting stuff? Look, the shit I put earlier, Nicki Minaj being lied on. I don't even have a period on there, nothing. All right. So, yeah. Go ahead.
So no, girl, I want you to speak from passion because when you come
I was gonna read what you wrote first. Okay. I was gonna read the definition. Look, I sure got the definition in it.
Okay, I'll do it. So September 5th through September 11th is National Suicide Prevention Week, and then the month is National Suicide Prevention Month. So this is September. So the purpose of Suicide Prevention Month is to bring awareness to people who struggle with suicidal thoughts, ideations, and attempts or actually follow through with suicide. So, and just coming from like a therapist perspective, I always get asked for people who are not familiar, because I do work with Caribbean populations. They're like, well, what is that? So suicide is defined as death that's caused by self-directed self-harm, injurious behavior with the intent of dying. And so as a result, you create like a behavior of suicide. It's an attempt when it's not fatal, aka you didn't die, and it's self-directed and there was potential injury from your intent to die. So a suicide attempt might not always result in injury. So some people may burn themselves, but there's no scarring. Some people might cut themselves, but there's no like evidence of the cut or whatever. And then there's ideations, which is suicidal thoughts, where you're thinking about or considering or planning to harm yourself to where you die.
Okay. So, where I wanted to kind of take this is kind of give resources to the people who are thinking about suicide. And then also, if you guys wanted to share any stories if you've had
Mm-hmm.
any thoughts or attempts or anything like that.
Right.
I think I did kind of talk about mine on the podcast one time.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I put it on social media. I'm not sure.
It was both.
It was both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But did I tell the story? I don't
You
think
didn't
I
tell the
did.
story. You told a
Um.
story on your Instagram story. You did.
Oh, probably. But I've had a couple, well, not a couple, like I've had suicidal thoughts because I was suffering from depression for a long time, as a like teenager and stuff like that, moving back and forth, having issues with my parents, being kicked out, all that kind of stuff. But the last attempt, I remember saying it. It was right after a conference. It was right after a conference. And I attempted to swallow a whole bottle of something. I don't remember what it was. It was got to be like Motrin, ibuprofen, or something like that, in hopes that I overdose and just pass out. My ex from down south took like a Greyhound all the way to Orlando and came and basically like, make sure I drank water and stuff like that. So it didn't, like, it was an attempt. But then I got therapy. I've been in therapy before, but I had not been in therapy at the time. But then I started going to therapy and that kind of helped me. The actual story, it's a whole bunch of factors. For me, it was not just like one single thing. It was just like a whole bunch of factors, and then it just ended up being like that day was like, yo, I'm done. But I do want to say that, like, I'm glad that I'm here now. And I'm sure there are a lot of people 10K people on TikTok that are glad that I'm here now because uh they enjoy me much more than my Instagram followers. So y'all ain't get me to 10K, but y'all work on that.
Oh, you're saying you got 10K on TikTok?
Yes.
I didn't get what you were saying. Okay.
That's Shirley just got it. It just clued in. The train just made it.
What she talking about? Because she been climbing me on my 10K, so that's why I thought she was still referring to my 10K.
Oh no, I'm part of the crew. I'm part of the crew now. I posted the 10K on TikTok, on Instagram, and I say, yo, swipe up. But I saw they already got rid of y'all swipe up, so now it's boring.
Oh, I still got mine.
Oh, I saw somebody post a link. I was like, oh, tragic.
This is ghetto. This is ghetto. My dog been working hard. You deserve that 10K, sis.
Know what I'm saying?
Not even. You've been authentic. I don't even think it's working hard. I think you've been yourself.
People respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as on Instagram because they playing. Maybe
Instagram
I'm public.
Instagram is about like glorifying luxury lifestyles and
it's appearances.
Yeah, it's all about appearance.
Don't worry, I got my Telfar back.
TikTok is
Instagram gonna get that Telfar back.
TikTok is real people.
I love this girl.
Real people, real life. It's interesting because the things that I post on TikTok will go viral on Instagram, and then they won't go viral on TikTok. It's like the potential is so weird.
See, but your audience, I think it's the way your audience is set up, though.
Right. So the moment when I posted that video of Chap, Instagram received it better than TikTok. But when I post date nights on TikTok, TikTok receives it better than Instagram.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know which ones are gonna do good. So I post on both, but of course I post more on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then like I'll have reserves. So then every day I post on Instagram. But some like shit is weird. Like you don't know what's gonna go viral.
That is also true. So it's very hard to predict.
Well, it's because Shirley's a social media marketer, so she be like checking the algorithms. I just be posting stuff that I
not for myself. I don't care about nothing. When I tell you, I don't care about nothing on my Instagram.
I post stuff that I want to watch. When I tell you, I be on social media just to see what I post.
My influencer friends be like, how the hell do you get brand partnerships? You just post whatever. I said, somebody out there gonna pay you for something. And apparently I post what I feel like. And then if I notice you like it, I'll do it more. But then if I get tired of it, for instance, I stopped caring. Like I stopped posting what people wanted and I just started posting what I felt like posting. I quit the influencer industry probably for like a good 3 months, but
I post stuff so I can watch. I be rewatching my stuff. I be like, yo, that girl funny, yo.
Well, I will say your story was really touching, inspiring, and I'm glad that you're still here.
Yeah.
Having just met you today, but
who would like to go next to share?
Suicidal ideation. So I don't remember my last ideation, but I don't remember anything about it because I was in high school. But I do remember telling someone about it. So that I think that's probably the one piece that I want to bring out is that it's okay to talk about suicide. I think what I can recall is I couldn't stand my family. I was just like, man, these people are annoying. They're driving me crazy. I feel like I'm made. It's like, what's the point of, so I guess I would say I had suicidal ideations. I actually never like attempted anything, but I was definitely like, what's the point of being alive if people tell you you're not going to make it anyways? And so I think I talked to someone about it. I think it was a boyfriend or whatever. And we found like common ground. Like we felt the same way about life. We were both adopted. So we pretty much like hated life together. And I think it's called passive thoughts in therapy, like when you're passively thinking about it, but you have no plan, you never looked at anything to try to do anything. So
sorry, you said you had a boyfriend that you guys were both, I'm sorry, I missed the person that you were.
Yeah, I had a boyfriend. He was actively suicidal, I think. I don't remember much about it.
Was it like trauma bonding?
I think we were trauma bonding. Yes, that's exactly what we did. And after telling him, I no longer had the thought because his problems were worse than mine. And I felt like I had no reason to try to think about passively harming myself. Mm-hmm. And I haven't had a thought since then, thankfully.
Wow, amen.
Mm-hmm. Still hate my family though.
Sorry?
I still hate my family though.
I feel you on that.
Listen, we don't choose them, and that's I think that's the issue with it, because a lot of people, if they could listen, I'm not gonna get into the whole family thing, but I didn't know that this was gonna be a topic until like I checked my email like an hour ago. So I definitely was like, okay, I don't know if I was prepared for this, but of course, I think as anybody, I have stories about that. I want to first say for anybody who is going to listen, because I know like this is probably like a trigger warning to some people, especially if you've had serious thoughts currently or in the past or any attempts. Something that I've been really wrestling with over the last few months is the fact that we're all kind of just doing our best and hoping for the best. Like none of us know what we're doing. We're all just trying. And the topic, that sentence came to me really as I have a family member who is battling dementia right now, and she I don't want to say too much about it, but another one of my family members kind of like hinted. I was like, oh well, so and so had caused a lot of trauma and drama in the family, so this is maybe it's some kind of karma type of thing. And I remember when that person said it, it really hit me in a way, because it was like, I really don't think that that's how karma works. And I feel like the same way that you are thinking that they affected you in a certain way, she may have felt a different way about like things that were happening to her. And it really got me thinking about how we interact with each other and human interaction. Like, we really don't know what people are going through. And it's like, you're saying that, you're like, You don't know that. That person might have been doing their best in that situation for them. And I really try to hold off judgment on things like that. So whoever is listening and feels like, I've done, they feel maybe they're holding guilt, maybe they are, holding feelings of inadequacy and things like this. I really want them to know that everybody goes through it and they're not alone, for real. And it's corny as hell, but there really is somebody out there that loves you. There are people that love you, and there's people that you can talk to. That's first and foremost before I talk about my own experiences. But yeah, I've dealt with it. It's not like a easy thing for me to talk about necessarily. I would say there are 2 times where I've seriously had the idea as myself. And then there are other times where I feel like I've had the idea not as myself. And I would say that's when I was taking birth control, because I felt like that I wasn't myself on birth control, on a certain brand of BC, because at the time where I was taking it regularly, I was doing grad school, I was taking night courses. And I remember like driving to school, like after work, and I'd be like, I could just drive off this bridge right now. It was really like dark thoughts. It was just like, I should just do it. And I couldn't, like, nobody understood why I was feeling that. And I remember like the day I stopped taking those pills, it was like a whole new person. So I don't count those ones. But there were some, 2 times where I seriously considered it. I seriously could be like, I was like, this could be my last night. I could do that today. It would be much easier. It would be much simpler. And I wouldn't have to worry about it, and it's like, oh, like, how's your family going to react? How are your people going to react? And I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I don't care. Like, I could do that and they would deal with the aftermath, and I would be out of this. And thankfully, out of those,
so it was more of a because I know sometimes people are always trying to say, oh, think of the other people who care about you, who love you, and I guess that works with people who feel like they have suicidal thoughts regarding, like, oh, nobody would care if I was gone, but more of a, I just don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, it was more of that second one, but also kind of like, they'll be better off anyways. So yeah, it might hurt in the beginning, but I felt like, I guess when I was at that point, I felt like a hindrance. Like, oh, well, I'm not really helping them, like I'm failing as to what I'm supposed to be. So it doesn't matter anyways if I were gone. This is like, y'all are getting a lot.
You're good.
Like, but yeah, so it was more like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be. It was a quick one night. Both of them were one night, and it didn't happen again for years. But I always found it very interesting, the situations that triggered it versus other times in my life where I felt like, oh, I've been down and dark. Like, I thought I'd be the type of person, like, after a breakup, oh, you're suicidal because, this love left. And it was never over a man. It was never over like those type of things. So it's quite interesting how that works. And yes, I have done therapy, and I encourage everybody to be in therapy, especially Black folks, especially in our communities and, the Caribbean, the diaspora as well. Like, I just feel like we need to have the conversations, and then we need to follow through.
And I also, because I was telling my friends, one of my homeboys had 2 family members who died of COVID, and I told him that he needs to. I've been telling him to go to therapy, and he wasn't going, and now I'm telling him to go now, but I was telling him that therapy doesn't work. It's not like a one and done. It's not something you could just walk into and then like you're cool the next day. Like, it's something that you constantly have to work on. So even if you're not dealing with anything right now, it would be nice for you to at least start therapy, because you never know when it may help you. But it's not going to take 1 or 2 sessions or whatever. It's gonna take a minute for it to start working, for you to grow some trust enough, for you to open up enough, for you to realize certain things. So even if you're not going through anything right now, you're like, no, I'm fine, I'm not depressed or anything like that, still, it's still good to go to therapy, because you may end up in a spot where you may need coping, like healthy coping mechanisms, or
Right.
you need to know where certain things are coming from and stuff like that. And
Prevention is important.
yeah, so definitely, even if you guys are not going through anything right now, go to therapy. And I try to keep people accountable. I'm still trying to keep Jay, you still need to go to therapy. I don't know if you're listening right now, but I've been told you to go. And I keep hearing people say they trying. I'm like, how you trying and you didn't make the appointment?
What? Okay, see, I'm not. That's funny that you say that, because I have a friend right now. She's struggling with this, and I kind of hope she doesn't see this. But we have this conversation all the time, and she keeps like saying, I'm trying, I'm looking, the trying word. I'm like, your insurance expires like December 31st. You need to use these dollars. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you have, especially if y'all have a job with insurance and it's covering it, like, and it doesn't, the amount doesn't go with you in January. I'm like, please go see this doctor. Like, and she'll be like, well, I'm looking for a specific person. I'm like, you know what? It's never gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be the perfect fit of a therapist. Well, in my opinion, it has never been like, oh, magic, this person is great. It's always a learning curve. You have to get used to the person a little bit. So it's like, just, you have to take the jump at someone. You can't just keep talking about it and then like you never
actually do it. Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I kept trying to tell them, because I think it's very important. And every time you tell somebody to go to therapy, they'll tell you that I don't need it, I'm good, I can talk to you, or stuff like that. And then
how do you feel the stigma is, like, as for you guys in the States specifically? Because I know here, like in Canada, I know there's still quite a bit of stigma around it. It's more open a little bit, but there is a little hesitancy, I would say, for people to even speak about it if they are going through that. So how was it for you guys? You guys still feel like there's a lot of stigma around it?
For sure. Like I think the intentions of the month is to alleviate that stigma. Like, I know a lot of people are just like, oh, just like mental health in general, like Black people will say that, like, it's not a Black person's problem, that's Moonblunt's problem. Same thing for Haitians, like, that's a Moonblunt problem. I think people underestimate suicide. They underestimate what it means and what it looks like. And they don't believe it until the person leaves, until the person harms themselves.
And a lot of our Haitian elders are depressed.
Yeah, they
are going through mental health issues, and they don't even know it, because they weren't taught that verbiage, that language. Like, I know when I spoke to my very Haitian mother about my therapy, she was just like, Sasaye, like, what, why do you need this? Like, what, like, I don't understand. Like, she could just not compute the reasoning as to why I would want to do this. And it was just like, she really just thinks I'm throwing money out the window. She has no understanding as to why this is beneficial to me.
My mom and my sister, it's weird because I always tell them to go to therapy and they say that they don't need it. The way I think the stigma of therapy, I think it's a lot of bullshit around it, because it's a lot of people, I guess, we're trying to destigmatize mental health in general. So now it's cool to be depressed. And I try not to use the word depressed when I'm sad. Like when I'm feeling sad or lonely or something like that, I don't use the word depressed, because I'm not depressed. And a lot of people are sad and they're using the word depressed. And everybody just want to be depressed. because you're depressed, and then when you tell somebody to go to therapy, they take it as a insult, and they also use it as an insult. But then when they're in a space where people are talking about mental health, they say, "Oh yeah, therapy is important. People should go to therapy." But you use it as an insult, you take it as an insult, and you don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's usually that's usually what goes on here. So I don't know. I don't that's why I try to get everybody to go, even when it's a happy mood and nobody's like upset and stuff like that. I'd be like, yo, you should go to therapy and stuff like that. And then there's also the other people who feel like therapy is people telling you what to do. And
it's not at all.
I tell people all the time, like, yo, I've been in therapy for the longest, and I talk my shit. And then I was like, yo, Charlemagne go to therapy for years, and he didn't get more PC or nothing. That nigga get more reckless every time he come from fucking therapy. So it's not somebody telling you what to do, and it has nothing to do with I guess they have like this weird thought about therapy, I guess based on like TV and stuff like that. But
they think it's for crazy people, quote unquote, or there must be something wrong with you per se. And newsflash, guys, something wrong with all of us. But I digress. In terms of prevention, it's a tool. It's like you're gonna go to the doctor, you're gonna do your checkup or whatever, make sure things are good. As women, you're gonna go get your little pap test, you're gonna do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. This is a preventive measure. You're gonna have a doctor for everything else, but not, your mental. You should. And I'm gonna get on my soapbox a little bit. Black people, we need to go to the doctors. We really do. Like, in just all doctors, like for your mind, physical as well. It's very important. We like to avoid these things. We don't like to do the regular. White people will be like, every day at the office, I got a doctor's appointment. I have a dentist appointment. I have this appointment. Do y'all book your appointments? Use your insurance. Go use it. Use your therapy dollars. Use your dollars for if you need to go to the physiotherapist. You got that ache. Don't wait for it to become like, a hindrance to your life. Why you can't walk in them shoes? It's because you need to go see a physiotherapist. You need to go see a chiropractor. We like to avoid things. Like, I don't know why we do that. It's just like I have so many people in my life that could have avoided serious illnesses if they would have just gone to the doctor.
That makes sense. And I be telling people, I'm like, yo, therapy only works if you pay for it. So stop going to Shirley and thinking Shirley just about to therapize you through the DMs.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. People love you, like
Hi Shirley, I was hoping that you could give me some. No.
Yeah, but what you call it? Shirley give advice on the podcast, but she's like, this is not professional advice at all whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It's and like I keep telling y'all, like, your therapist don't be giving you advice. Your therapist don't give, they help you cope with certain things. They give you different options and stuff like that. But
they kind of make things clearer to you. They just kind of like bring up to the surface not what you've known, but kind of they help remove the clutter.
Yeah, so and your parents give you advice. Your friends give you advice. These people give you advice. That people give you advice. Like, why would you pay somebody to give you advice when there's free advice? If you wanted advice is everywhere. It's not the same. So you can hit up Shirley for advice, but I'm sure the way that Shirley is going to give you advice is not the same way that she would be talking. And that's why half the time on this podcast, she says, in my personal view is the other. In my professional view, I feel like because that's two different things. So if you come to Shirley as a friend, she's going to give you different advice than if you were supposed to be in actual therapy, because it's two completely different things.
As it should be.
Yeah. So I wanted to give the some resources. Look, these are in sentences, full sentences. I could just read.
Oh my gosh.
If you or someone you know is in an emergency, call 911 or your state's local police department immediately. If you are in a crisis or are experiencing difficult or suicidal thoughts, call the National Suicide Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK, which is 8255. If you're uncomfortable talking on the phone, you can also text NAMI to 741-741 to be connected to a free trained crisis counselor on the crisis text line. And then we'll link the international suicide hotlines in the description of the YouTube video. And then, there's a suicide safe app.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly access and share information, including crisis lines, fact sheets, educational opportunities, and treatment resources. I didn't know there was an app. That makes sense. They should have an app.
That's dope.
Could you text 911? I'm just a random question.
You can't.
You can't. Yeah, I don't.
No. So a great
I feel like you should be able to.
A great suggestion is not to call 911 because there has been a lot of misidentification when it comes to calling the actual sheriff or the police. Like they treat people with mental illness like they are criminals, and if you're Black, they treat you even worse. So therapist side,
Montreal knows that very well.
Right. So therapist side, I know that 911 is the quickest way to get to people. It's just they're not the best people for mental health concerns. Like you shouldn't be putting, for example, Elijah, when he was arrested by cops and they have no idea what autism is, and they're assuming, he was lying because he was an adult, and they didn't think that autism existed in adults, and so they made stupid decisions, also racially motivated. And so you have people who have no mental health training, who don't understand what mental health is, coming to someone for rescue and immediately labeling them as criminals. So I suggest calling your local police department. Local police departments don't err on the side of let me arrest you. They err on the side of let me help you, beg or act you, or get you into the right place that you need to be. The other side, 911, they send out the most available sheriff, the most available whoever, and they send them out your way, and that's where the problem comes in.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, so we had an uncut gem this week. Oh, and did you also have questions? Because I saw you post questions on
my Instagram.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the uncut advice.
Okay. All right. So ways to honor your inner child or heal from childhood trauma. Okay.
That's the question we answer it.
Yeah.
Talk to her. Let her, give her space.
Mm-hmm.
Allow her to have space. You don't shut her up. Your inner child will often come back and talk to you. You'll often see those memories show up in various ways in your life, and we tend to shut it out or shut it off. You can respond to her in kindness or however you would have wanted someone to speak to her or him or they before.
I think a good way to heal from childhood trauma is to kind of definitely therapy, so that you can kind of let go of the things that have hurt you. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes we're still going through traumas because we're reliving it. So if we can accept it and kind of let it go and see it more of something that's happened in the past, that you're in a different place now, as opposed to continuously living in that moment, that's a good way to heal. In my opinion.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think you guys really do a great job of just like when Nicky mentioned talking to yourself. I think when we have to honor our inner child, we have to first think about giving ourselves grace. Someone tweeted something today where they said people are holding on to to goals that they set as a child, not even realizing that they didn't know what it was like to be an adult yet, right? So the same thing with your child, the childhood you didn't know it was trauma. You didn't know that it was something that was going to cause you so much harm in the present, right? So give that inner child some grace and tell that inner child that you need to heal. Like we have to let this go because we didn't think that we would get to this point. So let's try to deal with it. I always suggest anyone who has any kind of trauma, any when it comes, this is specifically for a breakup, so rumination, childhood trauma, adult trauma, and anything related to sexual trauma in the present day. So if you were an adult and you had sexual trauma in the present, I always suggest you guys to write letters. Write a letter. You more than likely will probably not talk to the person that caused you the harm, and if you can, the letter will be super helpful. Write a letter to your inner child. Tell good sis, I'm proud of you. You don't know it, but everything you went through got you to be X today. You made it through. You survived. You did this. If you have to talk to that inner self, that childhood self, and say to her or him, let's talk about him as well. Say to her or him, hey, all of the things happen in your life. They're pretty shitty, but you've done great so far. And just depends on like where you are in life. You can tell your inner self the things that they've accomplished and how they look past their trauma to heal.
Love it.
Alrighty.
This was dope. I enjoyed this.
So, Jay, I don't know if you're listening. If you're listening, do you have any on codes? And while he's doing that, if he's listening, on repeat. So we have a segment called On Repeat, and it is the songs that we have been listening to on repeat for the past week. Do you have any songs that you have been listening to on repeat this week?
Nikki.
Why I gotta go first?
I can go first.
Please go first.
I can go first.
I can go first. So I created this playlist called Café à Pain Chaud. And I'm gonna show it to you guys. This girl who lives in
Café à Pain Chaud.
Okay. So this girl who lives in Seychelles, she's studying abroad in Seychelles. She sent me this coupe cloué.
Not the vinyl, not the original.
Vinyl, 2 of them. So I've been in my house just jamming. You know, I grew up with my grandparents. So I only heard Tropicana d'Haïti, Coupe Coué. Like it was always old school music. Just reminded me. I had this little pink radio when I was in Haiti. I had once tweeted on Twitter that I actually lived in Haiti, and people were mind blown. They're like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, child, I lived in Haiti for like 6 months, and I came back home." But I was there for a very long time, so I had to keep myself entertained because we didn't have power. And I had this little pink radio, and I would listen to this song over and over, like this entire album over and over again. So this is on repeat. You know, we are a Haitian American led podcast, so it makes sense.
And you have the thing, right?
The vinyl.
The vinyl player. Do you if you spin it backwards, does it rewind?
I've never actually done it because I'm afraid of scratching the record. But
is it? I know with the real ones, like one of my friends, he's like one of those like vinyl purist or whatever, and he'll like explain it to me, and I don't get it, but he'll like show me like if you move it a certain way, like you can kind of rewind the song, fast forward the song, and it's like it's never perfect. That's what makes vinyl so great. You never get it perfect. I'm like, all right, bro.
I'm gonna look into it because I definitely bought what was affordable for me at the time. But I've been on like a vinyl, the record player itself. I've been on a like, I feel like that's like, you know, every person eventually in their life, they collect certain things. I feel like vinyls are gonna become my collection items. So I'm gonna learn more about them. I'm gonna actually create like
you got money, girl, because those are expensive.
Yeah, they're like $500. Like the one that
Big
I
money
actually
churros. You know, big money churros.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Once I get this grant and I flip it, sure. Until then.
Well, that's a good repeat. I'm like, if anybody that knows me, I'm very like old school R&B soul type of thing. So usually I'm up to date with music when I'm doing Breakdown to Lowdown. Obviously, it's a R&B review show, and I need to know what's current. However, right now we're on break. We've been on break for the last 3 weeks, coming back early October. So I've been back in my bag of not knowing what's going on in the world. So I've been listening. It's like I'm kind of embarrassed not to say. I've been listening to a lot of the Four Tops. Diana Ross, and but there's a specific compa song I keep replaying. Me souhaite danser, Zinglin. This song, I don't know why, like it's been on repeat. And actually, I really did enjoy. I don't know if y'all saw the encore on BET, but they had a group that formed out of that show called Blueprint, and I've been listening to their EP back to back. If any R&B fans, I would suggest the EP because it's really good.
What is the EP called?
I don't know. Blueprint EP. I think it's just called Blueprint.
You talking about Jay-Z?
No. It's they're like R&B. Blueprint without an E. BLU. It's PRINT. It's Shamari from Black, Keely from 3LW.
Oh my gosh!
And the two Cherish twins.
I think I saw that somewhere. Yeah,
it was a show on BT by Carlos King where like these former girls from R&B groups came together and make a super group. It was supposed to be 9, but y'all know how women are. By the end of the show, it was like 4 of them. But those 4 stuck it out and made an EP, and it's actually really enjoyable. Like I thought it was.
It's Nivea. Okay.
Nivea didn't make it to the. Well, I don't want to spoil. Like obviously, well, Nivea was like Nivea. I felt like it was like me in the situation.
I think I remember the show.
She couldn't handle all the fakery, and
why did they think Aubrey was gonna stay?
Aubrey was here not for the right reason.
Not for the right
reasons. The show was messy as hell. I loved it, but the music actually turned out good. Yeah, it was very messy. But yeah, also I don't know if y'all been listening to Donda or CLB, but definitely
CLB is my shit.
Really, because I actually think Donda has more replayability value. I
still haven't listened to Donda.
That's crazy.
I'm not a music. I can say I'm one of when people are discussing music and they be like, "Oh, the average listener isn't looking for da 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 da." They talking about me. They just gotta act.
That you're the okay.
They gotta
that makes sense. Then. Then CLB is great. Yeah.
If it don't come across my recommendation, I'm probably not gonna hear it. I'm not looking for albums. I don't listen to albums front to back or whatever.
Okay.
Like in general, I don't listen to stuff like that. So, because I usually listen to compa and they be in mixes.
I'm quite the opposite. Yes, I listen to everything and I analyze everything. So,
see, I don't do that. I only know the lyrics. But my song that's been on repeat. I've been listening to a lot of R&B lately, and that's because I'm tired of misogyny. Like that shit is really getting to me lately. So when niggas start talking about something, yeah, bitches in my house, yeah, I got a bunch of bitches, yeah, fuck that hoe. Like I'm tired. Like I'm tired of it. So the song that I've had on repeat is Nobody But You by Sonder and Georgia Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what's been on mine.
Tough track.
And then I can't even app without seeing what's her face's new song. What's her face? Chloe.
Oh, booty so big.
Yeah.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh, I can't open nothing without seeing it.
I mean, shout out to the marketing team.
Yeah, finally it's out because it was already doing too much on social media on TikTok.
I heard it was all over TikTok for the longest. Good thing I haven't yet this is an admission, but I haven't yet subscribed to the crack that is TikTok, because everybody has told me it is very addictive. I have to use it for work, but I don't have my own account. And I feel like if I did, I would definitely be like all of my friends, just right up in the phone. So I was like, I'm not ready for my life to be taken over by TikTok yet. Not ready.
Oh man.
Eventually I know I will, but
it's fine. You follow me first.
Yeah, you're gonna be my first follow.
Cause I gotta make 10K. Yo, so I was about to make a video about the 10K thing, but I was busy making cups. But so I had my friend, my friend's birthday was last week. So I have his balloons, so the thought balloons. So I was gonna say, oh, thank you guys for 10K followers, but the balloons say 25.
So everybody gonna be like, what the fuck? You get 25K because you're gonna get there.
Oh so. Yeah. So maybe I should just pre-record it now.
Yes.
Manifest.
I should pre-record it. That makes sense.
Manifest. You got it, sis.
Of course. Of course I got it. I'm a celebrity now. Where's my blue check?
Give my good sis a check, please.
Where's my blue check? Where's the gang of people trying to cancel me?
Because you're not nobody till they trying to cancel you.
Oh, and they start playing shit backwards. Oh, they started playing Chloe Bailey's song backwards, and they talking about some. Look, in the middle of the performance, she called upon she transformed into the demon.
I'm very tired of dealing with that. I'm exhausted.
One of those things like, what the fuck do y'all want?
Like, are y'all not bored?
Y'all saw ASAP Rocky looking like Fruity Pebbles on the
Yeah, I was like, okay, you know what? I can't speak in things that's out of my tax bracket. I could never make it to the Met, so I can't talk shit. Those Fruity Pebbles probably cost more than my apartment car note. Anything in here?
The blanket?
I don't care what it costs, but he came ready to Netflix and Met Gala chill. Like, I don't care what it costs.
He came to the Met Gala ready to Netflix and chill. That's
yes.
Crazy.
Oh, but him and Rihanna, to be honest with you,
and then Keke Palmer posted that.
And that man said Keke Palmer should have never posted my food. Karen Silver actually said it's the same man that cooked the Haitian jumu pumpkin soup. It's the same chef.
Wait, what? Which one? What are you talking about?
This the New Year's Eve, Premier Janvier. This guy.
Oh, the one that said that it was jumu, but it wasn't. We were like, what the fuck?
We put peanuts in the soup jumu. We don't do that here.
That was deplorable.
That was a chef.
That was offensive. It was offensive.
You can't get it. Damn. First soup jumu, now the Met Gala, sir.
What you call
it? Met Gala was a mess, but as Shirley said, it's outside of my tax bracket.
Damn.
You see what you did, Ciroc? Guess what they did now?
I
don't know if you can see it, but it says you can now add swipe up links as stickers. I have that 2 seconds ago.
Listen, I saw somebody post a link. I saw somebody post a link, and I was like, "Oh, it's over. It's over for y'all. The swipe up era is over." But damn, she posted that food. I was dying laughing. I'm like, yo, I'm waiting for people to tell her, oh, she needs to talk to the chef directly and quietly. She ain't have to post it in public, like when we posted the food. They tried it.
Since Jay doesn't have an on-code for today, we are going to go on to the final words. I see you got a final words in here, sis.
Oh, yeah. So this was inspired by, I went to brunch, and while I was on live at brunch, because I went by myself, there was a random man came and sat at my table, and then my phone overheated, and we ended up talking. So, he wasn't bald with a beard, but we were talking about niggas that went bald and they got a beard and it works. So any niggas that's holding on to their hairline, I plead with you, grow a beard and let it go.
But some of them can't grow the beard, and that's the sad part.
if you can't grow the beard, then you're just gonna have to do the little spray paint thing or whatever. But if you can grow the beard,
y'all ain't see Fat Joe's spraying it line at the verse.
Oh,
that man was so washed.
I saw it on the IG live when he was apologizing to Lil Mo. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Did he draw it? It looked like he yeah, but if you can grow the beard, and I feel like Fat Joe is rich enough to
buy a beard.
The beard lace front.
Yes. Get you a lace front. You have to be rich for a beard lace front? Even if you can't grow it, just get you a beard lace front.
But he got enough to have somebody put it on for him every morning. You know what I'm saying? Or freshen it up or some shit. He ain't had to do all that.
He's like, that's not an expense I want to do. Tory Lanez is a millionaire. He's still holding on to that hairline. So...
Well, that's karma because he's over here shooting black women. So he's never gonna have a hairline.
Same as LeBron. LeBron holding on to that hairline for dear life. Like,
LeBron done got it reconstructed.
Okay, I don't know why he has a beard. I don't understand why he don't just shave it off.
That man became the spokesperson for pills for hairline restoration. I'm gonna call it hairline restoration.
Yo.
That man did everything in that hairline. Still,
at one point it was like, now you see it, now you don't. It was there, it wasn't there. It was there, it wasn't there.
Right. Like, him, Stevie Wonder, Tory Lanez, they need to let it go.
No, Stevie, whoever's around him, all them children, nobody's
they fake as hell. They should have
let it go. Can't hold it back but no, I love me a bald and beard ass nigga. Like, just let it go if you can have the beard. If you can't do the beard, then I don't know what to tell you. Then you just need to pray to God, because he got something else for you. He got something else in the plans for you that I don't know.
Any final words?
Final words. Well, first on that beard thing, I watched a show called Married at First Sight. I don't know if you guys watch it, but there's a lady this season that she specifically asked for nobody that was, bald. And she had to have the person have a beard. Of course, they matched her with somebody who was bald and had no beard. But and her reasoning was, bald heads distract me. And I remember thinking, I was like, they are a little bit distracting. Like, there's a little bit of a glare, side note, but it's a little bit of a glare. But final thoughts I would like to, I got confused because on Breakdown Slowdown we do final thoughts. But the final word, I would definitely say, as adults, as grown people, we don't need to be subbing people out here. You know what I mean? If you have something to say, at me. Or call my phone. Let's have a conversation. I think there's a lot of people out here holding in feelings when, that just doesn't do you any good, because you're just living with resentment over a person. Just have the conversation. If the person is somebody that, supposed to be in your life, they're going to be receptive to it. If they're not, then deuces. It was meant for them to be out anyways. But don't be scared to have conversations with people. That's it.
My final words are, Karen, Sybil, Jessie, y'all gotta stop this fight, dog. Y'all could get y'all points, dog. But Karen, Sybil, you still want to be my friend. I'll text you, girl. Let's be friends, girl.
Haitian women empowerment.
Hello.
Listen, I feel Jessie. I've seen a whole, but I know half of these Haitian women empowerment things are full of women who don't empower Haitian.
They're not empowering. They're already empowered women. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Ooh. And I love it when some real bad Haitian bitches can link up, because that's an important thing. I already have Shirley on Instagram, but I'll add you, Ciroc, because I don't, this is my first time meeting you, but you're very colorful.
Oh, thank you. A lot of people don't like that about me.
Really? I thought it was great. Oh, what? This is a great dynamic that y'all have. Is it always just y'all two, or?
I mean, now it is.
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Or now.
Right.
Oh, did we? Okay. All right. So where can the people find you?
Oh,
Nicki?
me. Yeah. Yes. So you guys can follow me on social media everywhere at Nicky Music at NICKYMUSIQUE. The music is spelled in French. And also Breakdown to Lowdown Weekly, Breakdown the number 2 Lowdown. We review new and recent R&B tracks, and we also dissect urban pop culture. And stay tuned for some music coming soon. And yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You can listen to us CO Uncut on you can watch us on YouTube and Facebook. You can listen to us on iHeart, Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor, and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts. Please like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with a side nigga, share it with your sneaky baby mama that your girlfriend don't know that you have. Just share it in the locker room while you guys are all cheating. Share it with your DL. If you gay, nobody knows about your little sneaky DL.
Your DL baby daddy, the one that come over and you know what it is.
Share it in the courtroom, Karen Silva.
Karen. Karen, girl.
Follow us at CO_uncut on Instagram and Twitter. And you can follow me directly at Ciroc Obama 305 on everything, even on TikTok where I got 10K.
Period. Follow me at Shirley Door _. I'm gonna be on TV on Saturday on the CW.
Where you going? Oh, I saw you doing that. What is that?
It's a show called The Connect Show, and it's a show where they talk about business, I guess. There's on the CW Austin, and then the CW, there's like mini versions of CW. There's the 2 mini versions, and then Fox News of some sort. So you can catch me there talking about my business. It's the most that I could talk about. So yeah, I'll be on TV.
And you can catch me. You can catch me in a Haitian music video. I did my New Year's resolution.
Finally,
I got my New Year's resolution. I'm in a compa video. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm a celebrity now. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody,
I want to be like sis when I grow up.
The price going up. The price going up.
The prices that you saw yesterday is not the same today.
Yesterday's price is not today's.
I gotta come up with the name for my Hive now. Like, I'm waiting on my blue check. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then follow Jay's engineering. So he's still here, but he's like in the background. Follow Jay at Campaign Season, which is Campaign SZN. Is it an underscore? I don't think there's an underscore.
No.
All right. And thank you guys for listening, and bye.